Yeah, I think it's a good idea. You know, just try to use this there and go on with stuff up.
You want to sign if you want to sign anything or something?
Our ACO recommended it too, so.
What's that?
The ACO recommended it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
This next thing is the mechanical services contract. We're keeping the boiler up and running, keeping all these heaters up and running. We use them over to the shop some too, so that's over $1,026. I think the annual was all we needed. The other one was another $614 extra. So I don't think we need that. We'll pay it anyways. When worse comes to worse. So. You want to sign that? This Stephen King grant, Daniel, that's just for the fire departments. That's all it is. Reason I asked that, Kathy, is I know we got one once from the library.
Yeah, we did.
Well, you can, they have a lot of exclusionary things.
Okay.
You may want to take a look at it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the grant time for the first one right now is April 15th.
Okay.
But then they do another fall one.
Okay.
So yeah, take a peek at it.
Okay, I'll talk to the librarian, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be an avenue for a generator as well, for a community center.
Yeah. Cool. You don't hear no more on that from Cumberland County.
They know we need one.
Yeah.
And they know the other one's too old for us, so.
Oh, 60 years old, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
So, kinda just waiting for a grant, I guess.
Nice to offer it and everything, but the other thing is, it wasn't what we're looking for. We're looking for a self-contained unit. This one has, that one has to go inside of a building and everything else. I think we can hold off a little while longer. Trouble is, when you need it, you're not gonna have it.
Right.
Right.
You know, that's the only thing. You guys see this? These foreclosure lists on houses. Some of these, this one was last year. These are all the same as last year. This one here is this is a woodlot that the town owns and has for quite a number of years. Up in West Baldwin and stuff. This one is in bankruptcy. That's why it's bankrupt. So that's a different ballgame. It's around $42,000 worth of taxes involved in that bankruptcy. So take a look at it so you guys can see it too. What will happen? We'll give them a letter. Give them in a month and stuff here. So.
Do you want?
Town owned now. Oh, so that's been sold. Yeah. You understand what you want to say?
Do you want to start that letter process?
Well, I think you should.
Okay.
Make everything legal, use everybody alike.
Yeah.
Kathy, did you get that paper you
Yeah.
Is that something you were still interested in?
Jason does.
Jason.
Paper wasn't really applicable to the
Okay.
situation, but I've talked with a couple of people to try to figure out how are we gonna run some classes, who's gonna volunteer for it, and it's full of, you know, there are people who wanna go to do these things, but then they don't show up when we do have stuff, so I don't quite know what the needs of the community are anymore. When I had done those posters outside at the town meeting, and people checked off all the things that they were interested in doing, seeing us do, there was a lot of enthusiasm, but then nobody wants to do any of the teaching, nobody wants to actually show up when they say they're going to. Library's got the same problem. I don't know what to tell you. It needed a space, but I don't know how to justify it anymore. I've been struggling for the last 2 years to try to make this thing happen, and I don't know. And Danielle's been helpful in trying to put together programs, and she's gotten things for the multi-purpose room classes and that kind of stuff, which has been great. But to try to get to do the arts and crafts thing, it just hasn't materialized. We did, knitting crocheting workshop, one person finally showed up.
And you did some of that down the library too, though, didn't you?
Yeah, well, we do that on Saturday mornings, and people show up, they just bring their kids, we show them how to spin, or how to crochet, and what the weaving is looking like. You can't actually let them try that, but that's okay. You know, at least they learn about it, so that's great. So I'm trying to apply that here, but they can't be in 2 places at once, so they're okay with the library, they're not so okay here. I'm thinking that once we get the kids, which, you know, after school program, maybe there'll be more enthusiasm with the adults to get them to come do stuff. So, I don't know, but the maybe isn't filling the room. I got it, but I just don't know what the answer is.
Right now, we don't have nobody knocking on the door,
Right,
but we don't know when it's gonna happen,
I hear you.
you know, so just to let you know and stuff.
I did run into a scheduling issue this Saturday. Everything was full. Everything at once. And I could have used one more extra room, and I didn't have it. So I guess that's why I'm just kinda, I could have used that room if it was available. There was so much going on. They had a huge turnout for the vendor crafts show. We had a essential oil class here. They had the gym. The only thing that was off limits was kind of like this wing to the craft vendor fair. We had everything outside and the gym down, and they used the very far classroom on the right. That was the only one that was available, and they could have used one more extra room, and I wish I could have given it to them. So this was the only instance where was full. So I'm just looking for other avenues. When we come across this again, we're getting very, very busy.
So it'd be available.
Just, I wanna utilize the space as much as we can and
So
keep
if
it efficient.
that happened, the room is available to
Yeah,
us.
yeah, if nobody's gonna be bothering the stuff that's in it,
Yeah.
that's great. The other problem is there's an old sink in there. It's
Yeah,
been there
that's-
since it got pulled out of the kitchen.
That's the old servant thing there, or whatever it was, I don't remember.
Yeah, yeah,
So that ought to go.
it should do something.
The other thing we had, I mean, I was here Saturday morning too. Like I saw on Danielle, we got a parking problem.
Yeah,
And I think it can be easily handled, but we didn't have nobody parking cars.
right.
So whenever we're gonna have a big event like this again, I think we gotta have somebody out there
I think you're
directing some traffic and stuff.
Yeah, I think
You know, when I see 3 cars parked on 113, boy, that ain't the place to park.
Oh, no.
Not with
Not
all the
for
freight
long.
trucks, no. Especially now with the shoulders being soft and
Yeah.
everything else and
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, so that, what do you think, Danielle?
That would be great. I didn't realize they needed so much room and it was gonna be such a big event.
I didn't
And it was
realize
kind of a
either.
last minute thing. They're like, well, is there any other available space? I'm like, that's it, but,
It turned out really good.
yeah,
I mean, they utilized every space that they had here
Yeah.
and stuff.
yep.
So I thought it went well and
They
stuff.
said there was, over 60 Easter Bunny pictures, it was like 60 to 80 kids, I guess, that showed up. So it was a big event, and they've already asked to be on the schedule for next April, or Easter time, so.
This is what the community center's about.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, we've been
Yep.
trying to get this going and stuff a little at a time, so that's a good, we're gonna have problems, we're just gonna solve a little problem.
Right.
There we go.
I just wanna have a good inventory. When one's full, where's my next, room? I just wanna get things in order, that's all. Because after school, that's all set up, and that's closed off. we've got the Girl Scout room, there's a lot of private material in there, they're telling me that, they use for Girl Scouts, and that's closed off. So I've got 2 rooms down there, so I wanna make sure.
Alright, then we had, what is it, 2-5, yeah. Sand Pond Beach Committee, we know we asked for people of interest to be on that, and we got several emails from people that are interested. I don't even know these people. Emily Graham.
I know her.
You know her?
Yep. She's, it's a young couple with a little kid, they show up at the library a lot. She's helping to, find people to rent the space in the library downstairs. She's very active, shows up at the town meetings. She works for Wing Fleet, not exactly sure what it is she does.
Does she live in the old parsonage?
Maybe, she's real tall, redhead, very quiet.
No, that's,
Okay.
no. There's
I know
another,
she lives close by.
yeah, there's another lady who lives up just upside the railroad tracks, retired on School Street, so
Okay.
she comes to town meeting. I didn't know who she was, but you'll find out that's where she lives, so.
Okay.
Michael Toomey, Patricia Merritt. This guy is from Livingston, but he runs the beach, the Momodale Beach. He might have some ideas and stuff to help us with stuff like this. Oh, his name is, Howard Allen. So there's some interest for us. They, you know, and the 2 McKennies, I think, are interested in this
Yeah.
too, but we haven't got them committed yet or anything, so.
I think they will. I guess that was the next question. When do you wanna start, pulling them together and calling it a committee? And
I'd say you're on vacation next week. When you come back from vacation,
okay.
we ought to reach out to them and tell them we're interested and get a date together, then
Okay.
we can meet or something and see what they come up with for ideas. You know, are you available just at night?
I'm available anytime, except for Tuesdays.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah. I'm the packer, you're the receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where we stand with that beach committee.
Wednesday night's not a good night either.
Okay.
We have our community supper.
Yep.
On Wednesday night.
Okay, we'll remember that. Then this, Beach Committee. There's a lady up in Hiram that she's got the hall book for Briar Horse Club. You know those little plastic horses that,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
They sell them at,
Yeah, she's
yeah.
But this lady's got, I guess, thousands of them. And she's giving them a rate that was a published rate for the, building. She wants to know if she can barter and trade a couple tables and then the extra money put in, you know. I don't have a problem with that. We need tables anyways. I don't know what you guys.
We've been maxed out on tables, these type,
Wanna read this?
the fold-out ones.
The white time.
Yep.
She's
A
just
lot of people request them for different reasons.
to swap out.
And she needs them because the model horses have to be caution taped off so no one bumps the table, because they're all set up doing different things.
Yeah, same thing. It's, yeah. That's something you can send her an email on.
She'll be excited if you guys accept it, yeah.
Well, we've talked, we need some tables, but we need to get some money coming here and stuff too, you know, so. Yeah, I mean, it does to me. And I'm willing to work with anybody and stuff. Okay. The community center, you wanna take that, Danielle?
I can, there's a lot going on. We have a new interim director. It didn't work out with Ashley Guptill. Her name is Ariel, forget her last name. And she's given her notice for her current job, and she's very excited, has a lot of ideas, a lot of crafting ideas. So maybe if you want to coordinate with her, maybe, yeah, she's really interested in doing like theme weeks and crafts and stuff like that, fairy boxes or little huts and stuff. So she's very excited, very pumped up about it. So she was supposed to be here tonight, but I think the weather, probably she didn't. So, you guys will be meeting her. She's got experience. She's a cheerleader coach. She's got quite a bit of experience with kids. So it's a good fit. I talked to Lisa tonight, and the big question is, this food program. Do we want to do it? We kind of have to make a decision because tomorrow there's a training and the grant is due on the 15th. I think that's the same date to get funding for this program. It's the program she was talking to you guys about last week, I think.
One that's gonna be through the summer.
Through the summer food program. She says it will be profitable. It won't be tons and tons of money, but it's a huge plus for the community. And it would piggyback off the summer program because the kids would be able to get breakfast and lunch. It would be better than what the school's offering, because they do it only I think it was 18 days or something.
That's what summer school.
And we would do it for the full 9 weeks of summer vacation. So I guess I kind of got to know, what they would do is Ashley Guptill actually wants to do the paperwork on it. So she would go to the meeting, she would get the paperwork, and do the grant process. She feels pretty confident that we're going to get it because we've got such a good facility and it's a good fit for the area. So basically, when you get the grant, it would pay back for her time and it would pay for the whole program. So, do you want to do it? Do you want to wait? I gotta tell her an answer, I guess. She likes it because it would help the summer program, but ultimately it's up to you guys. Ashley's time would be paid out of the after-school program and be reimbursed once they get the grant. And Lisa's very aware of it because she says, I don't want to lose any money on my after-school program budget. So she's not, she's very well aware and really gonna watch the hours that get spent on it, but it's also quite a application, so.
What do you guys think?
Seems to be pretty on top of everything, covering everything, she's confident.
She's done it in Waterboro, and that's what I asked her. I said, what's your gut feeling on it? She says, we really should go for it, but it's ultimately your decision.
We've only got so much money to make this thing work.
And that's what I told her. We had a pretty big meeting, and she says it would only be $150 with Ashley's time that we would lose if we did not get the grant.
I think we can sustain that.
Yep.
But if we get the grant, we get reimbursed plus extra on top of that.
The grant would pay, and that would be reimbursed in the after-school program, and ultimately, once we got the grant, it would be a new account in Trio, and then the food program would run on that separate account from the after-school program. And then we'd be opening our doors to adults, children in the area, basically so they can eat during the summer.
Who's gonna do the cooking and stuff like that?
She has volunteers lined up.
I mean, what I'm looking at, if we got extra people we gotta bring in,
That's right.
and we got more payroll, we just can't sustain that.
The grant would pay for their time. And you're allotted so much per breakfast and per lunch. And basically it's like $4 per kid per breakfast or whatever. And you get 4, but you'd spend 2. So when it all washes, it's kind of paying for your people. So it's
Well, I think what we got is, it might cost us $150 if we lose.
it would
But if she thinks that she can make this spin,
pay for itself. Plus some.
then plus it benefits some more of the kids and stuff.
And she said, the kids have got to take, or adults or whatever, when they have a breakfast, they have to take the food and the milk. A kid can't just run and grab a milk because that doesn't count. They have to eat a full breakfast. They have to eat a full lunch. And it has to be nutritious. There's a lot of guidelines on that.
This is all hinging on whether or not she gets this grant and stuff too, right?
If we don't get the grant, there's no sense doing it.
Yeah, no,
No.
as much as I'd still like to,
Right.
but just, the funds just aren't high enough for that.
And another consideration is the availability of the kitchen. That's going to tie it up for breakfast and lunch. They'll be busy. So.
Which brings us to the problem with the people that wanted to come in to use the kitchen.
it won't be as available.
You haven't heard much more from
I haven't heard much more. She was supposed to come in for, she needs some sort of septic design for the building, and she still hasn't told me what kind of water test she needs. I just got the results for the water test this afternoon, and we're good to go for drinking.
Yeah.
But I told her that was a general test. I don't know what kind of test she needs for a commercial license, and she hasn't told me yet,
What we
so.
talked about doing here is a couple of details, water test stuff, the building and stuff, when we get all these kids and stuff. Probably ought to do it every year anyways, so we've got it done, it's.
It was taken out of the kitchen faucet, so.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. Well, I don't know, myself, I guess I'd hope if she gets the grant, we'll go for it.
Right.
And if she don't get the grant, we don't have the funds, that's all.
Okay. I'll tell her.
Can I ask a question?
You
Is
certainly
there a
can.
minimum amount of students that have to take part in the program?
I do not know that. She's got all the information. I'm not sure on the numbers.
Okay, that might help with the decision if you know you're gonna have more than enough, to fit the minimum, then you stand a better chance of being able to do it. Like if some of the kids drop out, then you still have enough to carry it.
Well, you're gonna get all the elementary school people when the elementary school shuts down. So you'll get all basically SAD 55 area, I would imagine. Cause I think the other one's up in Bridgeton.
Oh, wow, okay.
I believe.
I
Don't
know
quote me, but I think
Bridgeton does one,
it's quite a ways. So that's why, yeah.
I was just looking tonight, we pay $133,000 a month here to the school. That's what our contribution to the school was and stuff. And talking with the superintendent and stuff, I mean, they feed a lot of kids now. I think they ought to feed all kids, for what we pay and stuff. I think he's done a good job with the budget and stuff, but there's still a lot of kids that aren't eating, there's no need of it.
Summer's probably worse than school session.
Yeah,
You're right, because they don't have that chance to go to school and get it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Melissa's also served seniors if they were having some tough times too. Seniors, anybody can come to this.
It might be a win-win situation for everybody and stuff, particularly if she's got volunteers who like to work in that kitchen.
Right.
Yep.
I know.
I think Kathy Pierce is on that list.
She has to help out. She's been looking for somebody to help oversee it, and I've gotten 2 no's so far.
But maybe you can scoop and serve?
Exactly.
Okay.
One of the things you gotta check into is because it's gonna be serving food to the public, serve safe.
Yeah.
We are safe certified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
someone has to be in there at all times.
Yep, we got that certification. Thank you, Connie.
I wanted to get that covered, a couple months ago and stuff, so.
All right, so we're ahead.
Yeah.
And yeah, you gotta, the water test for the commercial one is a lot more intense than just what you.
Yeah, I was looking to her to give me that information, so.
What she needs to complete.
Well,
Super.
if we gotta do it, we gotta do it. It's as simple as that. It's just, I know when my father had the cows, we sold milk, it was twice a year. We had to have the water tested. I think we're pretty well set here with, we got a water filtration system and stuff out here in the boiler room and everything. So if worse comes to worse, we'll have to have that service again. But it's worth it every while.
Absolutely.
Okay. What else you got there, Dave?
This is basically the schedule. There is a dance. Connie Wood is having a dance at the end of the month, from 7 to 9:30, I believe. I was approached by the Tai Chi instructor. He wants to do a summer course, same days, same times, and he just wants to, get, I think it was $20 an hour. He said that's what he wants to get paid. He says, I would like it if, he says, it would be easiest if the town could take the fees and just pay me $20 an hour. It would be kinda like the inland fish system that we did. We took the entry fees and we didn't pay the instructor, but same sort of deal.
That's something you would take care of?
Yep, I just gotta talk with him on just his rate and ask you guys when it comes that close, I guess, what do you want to charge people? He's got like over 20 people now coming, Tuesdays and Thursdays, so.
No, we had 28. What do you have, Monday or last Friday, when it was 28 people?
It was probably Thursday, I guess, yeah. Yep.
Wednesday, Thursday.
And people, I guess that's the biggest, adult ed class that they have. So, if that's okay with you, we'll schedule it and,
A lot of people want it.
You do. But you know, if you're taking the money and paying him, you want to check your insurance and make sure you're covered. Because the condition under which you were, originally taking people was that they handled the insurance and they handled all of the finances for all of the students coming.
Yep.
So change that, make sure that we're okay with that.
Yep, I think that's a good point.
yeah, we'll check the insurance.
If we're paying him, would we be employee of the county?
1099, you could 1099.
I think it'd be like a sub.
Contractor.
Right.
He's a contractor.
Right.
He's a contractor. He's not a town employee. He's
Right.
just coming in and using the space.
Okay.
So at the end of the year, that would just come 1099.
We'll have to look into that, just move it, you know.
Yes, that's fine.
Go from my line. Planning board meets Thursday night. Oh, the whole thing's.
It is canceled.
Okay. The town office is closed Monday, which is Patriots Day. Don't seem so Patriots Day already or anything, but I guess it is.
Doesn't look like it, I think.
No.
I look out the window when you say that.
There was snowball fights out the other night.
Good sticky stuff.
Oh, yeah. Snowball's hard. Paul, what's on your mind?
A couple of things. You were talking about parking, and when we addressed that somewhat in the building committee, we were talking about possibly expanding the parking out front by taking and parking. You'd have to either pave or gravel some excess so that when they came in, they'd park this way instead of lining them up down the driveway. There's room there to push that driveway out towards the flagpole, even if we had to cut one of those old trees down, because that one is pretty much dying and dead anyhow.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the story about cutting pine trees down. You know, where I'm going with this. We had one down with the library, you know, my father was alive then. And I come home one day and I told Dad I'd been to a library meeting, we was gonna cut the tree down. Boy, did I get chewing.
Yeah,
You know, because I mean, they planted that when he was a little boy.
yeah, oh, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
So you got this is a political nightmare.
Well,
It might come sometime when it dies, but no more trouble either.
no, I'm just thinking that, it would be, I think you could add quite a few spaces by parking them that way, and easy enough to get in and out, instead of backed up behind each other. So you might wanna look into that. I think it would be, I don't know that it would cost anything. I mean, Brian could probably just gravel it out for now, whether you need to pave it right away or not. Something to look at. And then, last year, a couple of times we talked about, and I think I talked to Danielle about this last week, that the systems, excuse me, we're needing a systems update. That they were gonna come in and do an update on our systems, on our network systems.
The internet?
Well, they were gonna do an update, the system needed to be updated. We talked about getting Wi-Fi out in the parking.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry,
And
yep, we're
they
waiting,
were gonna wait until the system was being updated because they had to come in and do an update. And I didn't know whether that was still on the books or something that could be looked at, because I think the Wi-Fi would be a nice asset to have out there. And at one time they said, well, we had to have it was because it was a secured system. But as I understand it, there's ways of differentiating that now, so that you can keep your system secure and still have Wi-Fi out in the parking lot, so.
I'll ask the IT guy, he's coming at some point, he's got two booths for us, a booth for Debbie's side and a booth for my side, because the brick, I don't know, the walls are kind of messy. Debbie's is in her room, and that's what I connect to, and then there's, interference. So he's coming to install booths, and I'll ask him that question. He might be able to make an adjustment on the router.
Yeah, that would be an asset to have it out there.
Yeah.
They use it in the library a lot.
Yeah, you can sit right in the road.
Yeah,
A lot of folks do.
yeah, and during different times, it'd be very handy for a lot of people, I think, to come in here and get
Well,
all
if they got kids doing events in here, and I don't want to sit in there, I'd sit in the car.
Yeah,
Good point.
yeah. That's all I have.
Did we ever set a date and a time for a staff meeting?
And 24th,
It was on a workshop, I forgot your notes. Was it the 24th?
Don't tell me, I
I
think it's
was,
the
you decided.
I didn't write it down.
yeah, April 24th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Thank you.
24th at 2?
Yep.
On that proposal list, is Rockland's name on that proposal? House proposal list?
I don't, that one's up in the air.
No.
I dropped in and checked on it once, while she hasn't been there for 2-3 weeks. Called Santana at the, health center, who's in charge of the site caretakers, assistant, and said that she's in Springdale, is it down Westbrook, assistant living.
Springbrook.
Springbrook, yeah. There was a truck there a couple days ago, and I swung in and stopped, there was a Mike Barlow or something like that. And he was fixing the plumbing there, fixing the plumbing and whatnot. And he's a friend of Marty J. Truck's been there a while, with snow on, like he may have a squatter there. Marty J. may have said, go live there for a while, I don't know. I'll check, see what Donna's status is, she's been, I have a feeling when summer breaks, she'll come back home. She's just there for, it's still cold. I'll see what the status is like.
It's one we're watching. It's one we're watching right now. And then,
I don't trust Marty J.
I'm not gonna go anymore, like I said, we're just watching.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
That's it.
Alright, he's come up with a new set of rates for building permits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I should have brought that out in tonight, I don't have it, so we'll have to put that on for next week.
Okay.
Okay. Rusty? All set? The ice went out yet down there?
Yeah. Went out and came back.
Anybody swimming yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, I think.
In trying to talk to Extension about being able to run programs, one of the subjects that came up was the acreage out behind of doing trails, of getting people outside and doing educational programs outside. I don't know who should I talk to about doing that sort of thing? Is there anybody in specific?
I wonder, Freddie Mine is still on the conservation committee, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I wonder, if that might be an outfit, a way to entice him back into something.
It might. Okay.
There's 3 people on that committee.
Yeah, it was Becca Wellman, Freddie, and I can't remember.
There's one more. It's on the town report. I would have to look.
Yeah, I can't remember.
All right,
who
I'll
it
look for
was
it.
either.
Okay. Yeah.
That might, start that group up again a little bit too.
Yep. And the food preservation people are ready to run programs, we just have to schedule them in. So I'm kind of waiting to find out about these guys that are cooking hummus and then the lunch programs, because those are gonna take precedence over this. But then to be able to do the food safe program or do the, what's it called, canning the harvest. And also the master gardeners to come do gardening programs.
Hey,
Teach people
Speaking
how
of,
to.
Speaking of
the bells are
that,
ringing.
All right.
Speaking of bells.
you don't know what you just walked in there.
We'll chat later.
Do you have a halo?
How did I know?
Go up down there and do that. Okay.
There's an awful interest in stuff like that.
There is,
Yeah.
but again, getting them to walk in the door and sit down in a chair and actually be there, I don't have that crystal ball, and if anybody sees it, let me know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, it's tough.
Must be, yeah, hard to buy.
Tom, you got anything?
We get that one.
There's 2 grants, MMA grant applications for the fire department that, I thought it was just Jason's signature. He's saying that the selectmen also needs to
Yeah, I need a key
sign,
person
so.
signature.
Yeah, I think that's it, it gives you, 2 cents a turn out year a year or something like that?
It gives me $2,000. So, I put in for $4,000, but they'll only cut us $2,000. So they give me 2 sets for the year.
Yeah.
So we're gonna buy a set, and they'll pay for a set. And then in the fall, we'll do it again, because we wanna get extra gear for our interior guys.
Yeah. But you
So
got,
we can
you
have-
gotta replace 10 sets this year anyways, right?
at least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At $2,500 a set.
Well, I hate to say it, you gotta have a
Yeah. Plus, we're also gonna be going for the, AFG grant this year, which is the big, you remember that one? The big firefighter, assistant to firefighter grant. Once that comes out, that'll work with Danielle on a bunch of stuff also.
say, you whatever you can get for grants,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if they're available and stuff.
Yeah, and that's why that Stephen King one, that's almost $40,000.
Well, what he was, all he gave us 50,000 something to library.
Yeah.
He official signature.
Each one was right.
Mm-hmm.
Ready, you get anything?
Yeah, what the hell, man?
What's that? I missed that list?
Yeah.
That's funny.
How'd my name get brought up?
About
Conservation.
maybe,
Huh?
Conservation Committee.
Oh,
Oh.
maybe trails out behind your building.
what about it?
How do we make them?
Well, just get a policy and go for it.
The other thing we could do for that is get a hold of the Boy Scouts.
Maybe,
There's
Maybe
always,
Scouts could
there's
help
always
out.
an Eagle project, someone's always needing an Eagle project.
okay,
Yeah. And so
Good point.
that is one of the easiest approved Eagle projects out there, is to make trails and put benches out there
Yeah.
and do all of that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have a troop here in Baldwin anymore. So the closest troop you have is you have one in Cornish at the LDS church. And then you have one out in Keezer Falls, or you can go to Standish.
okay,
So you got 3 different ones
thanks,
to choose from.
okay.
You were looking for just labor?
Organizing and labor,
Oh.
both. The state will help out with doing some layout work, but I don't know, we gotta assess what we've got to start with, so talk local and then move forward.
I don't know where the lines are out there. We'd have to find out where the lines are, at least the corners. I don't have a clue.
Not that bad, near the.
We have town.
No, it's just a jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that now.
Yeah, I don't wanna spend some of time counting somebody else's.
Well, his land's all cut off anyway.
Well, that might be the line right there.
Yeah, I think it is.
That might be helpful.
I think it is.
I can check the, registry too to see if there's anything recorded for a survey.
We can go that way. Go away.
Well, yeah, you got up past the cemetery.
Yeah. Down to the town garage.
So, I mean, you could have a trail down that goes across the brook and everything else.
Yeah,
A nice little trail.
so we can see what we got out there and, you know, people find it looks interesting, try to educate a little bit about it.
Man, right there.
We're back
Price
to the
break,
land.
oh, what'd I do?
We'll chat, we'll sit down and figure out what to do.
Well, I'll help you cut trailers, all I have to do is, can't bring my skid up.
Yeah, that's the first thing I was thinking of.
Yeah?
Maybe
Can you do that? I'll stay away from Brook. Certain amount of feet,
Yeah, we don't wanna go fishing you out of the book.
I've been in it before.
He calls me up one night, he's like, you been out and seen your lines yet? I says, no. Well, he says, don't have a heart attack when you get out there. That's when you took the skid and went down around there. I said, did the job.
Stayed on my side, you know.
You know, you can get any tree on mine you want, so, or you need to.
Yeah, I'm glad you changed it, want to or need to.
Try to leave those big oaks out there on the line.
When you gonna cut that in, like, retirement, 80s?
Yeah, maybe. It needs to be done.
You just did.
Yeah. don't have anything else. You guys,
Okay.
they come up with something.
Nothing new going on in town?
You missed it all.
Big problem? Anything the town has to know about? Nothing.
Always little problems and stuff.
Large problem.
There's a meeting it's a Wednesday night, isn't it?
Yeah.
On this solar array thing that they're talking about, maybe leasing some land from the town, across the
Your
street.
town farm?
Yeah.
Leasing, how many acres you get there?
They want 46.
Yeah,
We have 100, don't we?
I think it's 141 or something like that. I get the map over at my desk, I can't
Didn't we
remember.
cut that years ago?
Yeah, it's been cut.
Yeah, but,
Quite a while ago, though.
No,
I'm talking within 10 years.
there was some cutting that was going on around that area.
Around it, they just cut last year.
Or not.
They didn't cut any of ours, they
No,
cut
I don't think
everything.
so. Gary Neal was telling me that they cut it 10, 15 years
Yeah,
ago.
15 years ago.
Norman, my father was
Yeah.
there,
I remember that.
That's a weird.
Oh, so that's, that's some stuff we gotta talk about, stuff like that too, so.
I'm just saying, it's probably not that much valuable timber up there. To bring any revenue into the town, so.
Well, I mean, we'll bring some in, but come to the meeting. I think, we'll make more money rented out than what they'll ever make on timber.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he'll have to clear a big spot in there anyhow.
Yeah.
To set up these arrays.
Right.
It has to be all clear, at some point.
When you rent it out, can you also tax them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personal property tax.
Yeah.
What's the taxes on, farms? I know other towns do have farms, solar farms.
Yeah, I can't tell you that, to be honest with you. Well, Well, I asked, Ben when he was here Friday, he couldn't give me the answer I was looking for. But, the town of Shapley's already got one in down there.
Yeah.
That they're using. The town of Sanford has got one going right now at the end of the airport down there, they're cutting the land and stuff down there for that.
Wow.
So, I mean, there's gonna be a few of those around.
Yes.
This company that came in and asked us if we'd be interested in doing that, has got 10 projects going right now. So, like I tell everybody else, when I was working, we used to do a lot of windmills and stuff. And what happens when you're doing windmills, there'll be 3, 4 different contractors are bidding on the same job. And what they try to do is beat you up as much as they can. Whoever gets, promises the most, gives them the least, is usually who gets a job.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure we're gonna be playing good way.
Yeah, they want you paid for the farm,
Well,
as much as they can,
yeah, but then,
on taxes mostly.
But right now, we don't get no money on that, that's just sitting there dormant.
Oh, you get the money, no, they utilize it for something.
Yeah, but like I say, that's up to the people, so that's why we put the Choppers Guide, you'll see the thing go in there Tuesday again, and Wednesday's meeting and stuff like that, so they advertise it, so we've sent out, letters to a bunch of landowners and stuff, so nothing will be surprising to them and stuff, so. We'll see what the people wanna do, go from there. If the people, absolutely don't want nothing to do with it, that's, on our end, it'll be a done deal. Now, on the other part of the land that they lease out here, they might have something to do on that, so I don't know.
The other thing I was gonna ask, clear cut that up by, Cram Hill. You been up there?
No, I've been told about it.
Yeah, right across from the pot barn,
They're having cattle up there,
spin building.
putting cattle up there.
I thought you were gonna care for the field of cattle on the other side of the road.
That's a father.
I know it's a farm, but I thought they was in cahoots.
I don't think so.
You had 2 separate farms?
I can't tell you that.
I thought we just got one where they're cut now.
Well, I don't care what they do, farm's a farm.
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure that the town has to be involved where it's tree growth.
Isn't it
Did they
cheaper to
get
get
clearance
out
on
of
tree
farm?
growth? Farms are different than anything else that you know. You
Can't
get
tell you that.
flexibility.
Might be something we can look into. I mean, you got all the tree growth applications.
I
and
do,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, they had to take out so many acres, but farms are in a different category.
Okay.
But
I haven't been over there since, let's see, last year. You've been around?
Right.
Everything's still about the same?
So, yeah. Gonna change it.
Well, that's all I got for tonight. You got anything more, Danielle?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, this is one boring town.
Yeah.
Nothing going on.
Good.
No controversy. Nothing to talk about, make a motion to adjourn.
Nothing they wanna talk about.
Yeah, yes, I can.
No executive meetings today.
No, I noticed, no.